Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Country Honk. I've had a couple of requests for Country Honk. This is the acoustic version of Honky Tonk Women. I did a video a couple of years back now of Honky Tonk Women where I kind of followed the guitar parts. But on this we're going to look at the backing and the solo on this acoustic version. I always assumed that the Country Honk was, since it was released after Honky Tonk Women, that it was an afterthought, but in fact the song was written in this form originally, and the Rolling Stones were thinking of doing something like a Hank Williams song, which is why they came up with this, and later they decided, okay, let's actually do it as a rock song. But then they went back to the idea and they brought in Byron Berline, and they decided not to record it in the studio but outside the studio, and you actually have honking car horns at the beginning. I think it's just acoustic guitar and not very much else apart from the fiddle and the voice. And the acoustic guitar is rather too loud. That's another story. So I've transcribed all of what the fiddle does on the first verse and the solo. So this will give you some ideas as to how you might approach this. I wouldn't recommend learning certainly the backing part, maybe the solo. But I'm going to look at the end about how you might improvise a solo. So we start off with 6 bars of just guitar, and then it's into the fiddle comes in just before the voice comes in. So let's go from where the fiddle comes in, and I'll do this slowly and phrase by phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So there, we're kind of working on G major scale, a G major blues scale there. We've got this little bit of chromatic. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, then we've got the verse. And there's a lot of flattened thirds here, and here we're doing it with the 4th finger. Right, this section, you can do it in parallel fifths, so you finger on the A string and on the E string at the same time. Notice we got that 1, 2, 2, 3 again. Notice the flattened third again with the 4th finger, and you can always slide up to that note. That's parallel fifths again on the A and E string. So that takes us through the verse and into the chorus. 2, 3, 4. And that bit there is the only bit really that is a kind of a country feel, because we've got a G drone all the way through the bottom. The rest of it is more kind of bluesy. Okay, let's just take it up to there with the backing, and I will do a bit of stuff on the intro which is not actually there on the original. Okay, then we have another verse, verse 2, with more fiddle fills similar to those. We have another chorus with fiddle fills, and then it's into the fiddle solo. So I'll go through this slowly. So it's 1, 2, 3. So that's another, same again, 1, 2, 2, 3. And even if you don't bother to learn the whole solo or backing, then it's well worth getting familiar with that. 1, 2, 3. I have a feeling, yeah, we did have that in the verse as well. Now this is a tricky one. So that's simple enough. Then put your fourth finger on a note so that you can go down chromatically. First finger going down and up again. So here we're going up to third position. So you could do it there. 2, 2. And then slide your fourth finger. Back to first position. So we're more or less repeating the phrase and jumping up to third position again. Let me just do both times of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we're going up to third position to do a 1, 3. Back to first. And here we got 1, 2, 3, 3. So that's the solo. Let's do all of the solo with the backing. 1, 2, 3. So I think the best thing to do with this is to learn 1 or 2 phrases, maybe half a dozen phrases, just single bar phrases, bits of fingering like the and that kind of stuff, and just improvise that. When it comes to doing your own solo, most of it can be based around the G minor pentatonic and the G minor blues scale. So the G minor pentatonic will be the G minor blues, the difference being the addition of the flattened fifth. And I do have videos on the pentatonic and the minor blues scale. There are a few chords where this won't work so well. One is the A chord and the D chord. The G and the C chord, you can both play the minor pentatonic whenever you like. But if you just ignore the D chord and the A chord, then that's going to sound a bit naff. I think for both the A and the D chords, then the major blues scales for those are the best. That's for the A, and that's for the D. Okay, so I'll play you out with a long solo, mostly on the G minor blues scale, but using these other chords as well. And if you'd like a copy of the sheet music for this, then do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. If you join me on Patreon, you can get a hold of all of my PDFs and lots of other goodies besides. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.